digitalization is a super fast moving topic, right? The technology we speak about today are not necessarily the same technologies were in actual yesterday or 2 years or 3 years before that. So it's a very fast moving area where there are always new possibilities and always new challenges. And there's a need for additional or new practices and new ways to think about problems and their solution. And if your companies are in any way concerned about digital technologies, it's a need to always come back and update your knowledge and skill set about what's going on in this area. So it's an area where there are some challenges that are general to talent management, but also accentuated in particular to digital tech talents. So we deal with those issues and those opportunities in trying to understand what makes individual talented in this space, and how do we motivate them, and how do we lead and manage them to get the most out of our tech talents. And then additionally, we look at the high-performing teams, because high-performing individuals do not necessarily create high-performing teams. Digital teams are known to work in slightly different ways. They are functioning in different ways, they're motivated, and they need a collaborative process, and they need leadership that is tailored to digital teams. So we try to combine these two topics, high-performing individuals and high-performing teams, in particular, like looking at the managerial role in this. How do you actually lead those individuals and those teams to get the most out of your digital talent? I would say senior managers or aspiring senior managers in companies where digital technologies matters. And today it's almost like all organizations where digital technology matters in one way or another. You can't really think about business innovations, business development, business evolution without recognizing the transforming potential of digital technologies. On one hand, you get a sort of cognitive tools to think about what is talent and what is making someone stand out. And also attached to that is sort of ideas and principles for how you motivate people and make them perform. We're also addressing on the team level how you actually sort of measure and how you can think about performance. So what are the sort of standards that we need to impose in order to understand how these teams are performing? These are the kind of tools that we are trying to equip the participants with so that we can have very constructive leadership and management of teams. With the purpose that it should be an opportunity to sort of step out the day-to-day tasks and provide a bit of reflection, a bit of new inputs. So we're standing on two legs. One is that we are looking at in the literature, in the concept, what are the best practices, also what are the consultancies and the other thinkers around this area proposing. But we also try to give live examples, role models of companies and organizations that are doing this in a advanced way. So that might be, for example, bringing in a startup which existence is contingent on digital innovation. And how do they manage people? And how do they manage recruitment of high-performing individuals, and motivation and retention of them? Just to give a sort of reference point for someone who works in a more traditional, large incumbent organization. So we're trying to stand on these two legs. On one hand, more like the input from best practices, from frameworks, but on the other hand, like the real-world reference cases, and we try to combine them, and also encouraging the participants to bring their own observations and all reflections and say, okay, so now I have these reference points. What do they mean for me in my organization? What are the things we're doing that are not working, that are working, that could be improved, and so on.